What up, cappers, gamblers, punters? Que pasa, slutas? Que pasa, mama? What up, sports fans? Tuesday, April 24th. Feels like a good day to make a little cash. As you can see, I'm riding solo. The legend Pete Loshak is sick today. He's not just the heart and soul of this show, but he's the heart and soul of SBR. So, Pete, if you're watching, feel better, my man. Rest up. Know that you're loved. And myself and the chat will take care of business today, but get back soon and rest up, my friend. Man, welcome everybody to the show. JK here saying, wow, this is like Jimmy videos of old. It is. We'll try to keep the slutas talk to a minimum and keep the capping to a maximum. We have a lot of shit going on, mainly baseball today. And baseball is going very well. Those of you following the show, those of you following the Coors Field fade, hit again. Fucking right, man. We're making bank, making cash. Johan, do you have the my gorgeous baseball record so we can flash it? Flash it before we start breaking down? Oh shit. Oh Jesus. Jesus. Plus 17.4 units. Double digit ROI. Holy shit. My God. Jose Ruiz, by the way. Jose Ruiz, I don't know if he's joining us today, but Jose Ruiz called out my baseball record early in the season. Said it was bad. Jose Ruiz, what do you think about it now? Double digit ROI. That's right, Jose Ruiz. I know you live in the Bronx. I know that you're 6'4", but some more info that I need is, how does my sperm taste? I've been eating a lot of pineapple. All right, let's get to fucking business. We got all the cappers here joining us. First off, if you want it, you see that double-digit ROI. It's cause of this chat. What we've been talking about lately is the rumor is that 2% of accounts in the sports betting industry, 2% of accounts are profitable. 2% of accounts make money. And how do we get in that 2%? And I tell you how. It's this chat. It's us all working together. It's us as a team. It's 400 cappers or better than one. I would not have double-digit units. I wouldn't be up 17.4 units without being a month into the year if it wasn't for listening to these incredible cappers, man. Cappers like Nostra Tota, who came up with the Coors Field fade. That's added 9 units to my action. It's us working together. And that's what's special. So let's fucking do it, you guys. All right. All our cappers are here. This feels really good. Let's first off, we got MLB. We got baseball. Now, because Pete is not here, I'm going to need you guys in the chat more than ever today. Very, very much. I'm going to need us all working together. And Native Queen comes in, says that Coors Field has been killing it. And Coors Field first 5 has been killing it. Interesting. Richard West saying Coors Field fade is no joke. Mr. Gokster saying it's very real. Yeah, and not applicable says hijack the 2%, man. We are the 2% when we work together. That is what I know. Joseph Tucker was at the Yankees game last night. My man says Maeda over 6 tonight. I like that. I like that. And Medicine 20 says, you make me want to just watch and not chat, Jimmy. Inspiring. Man, we need your chatting. Alex Vishnesky, Kiev's finest in the house. Oh, man. You know, if Pete was here, you know what he'd say. He'd say, get me citizenship. I want to live in Kiev. King Rail says, we got our ass beaten NBA, Jimmy. I owe lots of shots. Gonna have to buy the bar. You know, last night I should have gone 2-0. 1-1. I thought that first quarter OKC was just wonderful. It would have been, I would have looked sharper if I had taken Jazz full game OKC first quarter. But fuck, man, the Rockets put up 50 points in the third quarter. I had them on the first half. Disappointing. But, you know, disappointing. NBA felt like we had such a good feel for what was going on, so it's disappointing to go 1-2. But we will get that back today, and NBA is second on the docket. So let's get it started. Game 1 starting is Mariners at White Sox. Later this afternoon, Marco Gonzalez versus Chris Volstead coming in from the bench. Now, it's going to be a little difficult for me to do both these things at the same time. One thing I know for certain is that even though I have to read out, break down these games, that I can't let this chat go because this is where the gold is. So I'm going to do my best to keep following this chat while Giorgio Maglaccio, says, told you Jazz last night. Very good call. They are a very good team. Scotty Rock Forever says, Pete drank too much prune juice, lean, and Courvoisier. It's a very nice drink that Pete has, and usually he keeps him sharp as fuck. So, but not today. So let's see. All right, Brent Brooks, what up, Jimmy? Thank God we got Brooksy in the house. King Rail, such sharp basketball capper. We're going to get it back today. Mr. Gokster says, fuck, I got to get to CR for when Pete sleeps in his treehouse. You're right. Pete is resting casually in his treehouse right now, and that's the best place for him to get better is in his treehouse. Tomor says, I think the 2% number is close to accurate, but you have to separate professional bettors from recreational ones. I don't know if we need to separate them. I just know that us working together is in the 2%. Ant-Man D says, Brooks, no NHL today. Brooks is a great capper in all sports. We need him. Oh, Rad Ray, who we were calling Ray Dre, which is a little more gangster than Rad Ray, says, Jimmy, did I run Pete off? I don't care what he calls me. Come back, Pete. Come back. Hey, man, send your love to Pete on Twitter. Let him know how much he means to us and that we want him to get better real quick. Hal Abraham says, Rockets' first half was a very tough beat. Open three-pointer, missed. Could have driven for an open layup. Man, Hal, I thought the same thing. God, that was a very, very irritating. Oh, Carlos Peroge. Man, we love him and his cheesy balls. Says, took my cheesy balls to San Francisco on my anniversary, and there was no way I'm going to miss this show 3 days in a row. Nice, Carlos. We love you. Jack Cairns comes in and says, okay, C got beat up. And Vishnevsky saying, cash in the chat all day. Native Queen says, killed it last night. On my score, first hit. Hope everyone was on board. Native Queen, you are the oracle. We need you on this chat desperately. I'm very thankful that you are here. Okay, Brent Brooks says, soccer's been killing me. Stick with us, man. Scotty Rock Forever says that Teague injury most def had a factor. It did. Searcy already says Heat first quarter and Golden State third quarter. And Searcy says Boston first quarter as well. We will get into basketball right after baseball. And Gate Pass Key says, thanks for the Oakland play cashed. I wish I had the balls to take it on the run line, but all good. Anthony L says, tailed you on the White Sox Mariners over yesterday. Jimmy, great call. Anthony L, I didn't get that play. Pitching change. Everything I do in my local, if there's a pitching change, it's void immediately. So, when Carson Fulmer came in, I didn't make the play again. So, good thing you got it because that did not help my units or my cash. Huge Erection says, great work, Native Queen. Chris Kopech says, my favorite play in NBA is Golden State, San Antonio, over 204.5. Okay, I've got to bring this all back together. Let's all work on one game at a time. And Big Al Corleone says, take a breath, Jimmy. Elio Rodriguez, my man Elio, says, Jimmy, I see you're alone, buddy. We can help you out on the chat. Okay, you guys, I'm going to need your help desperately on the chat, capping. Let's get to it. Marco Gonzalez versus Chris Volstad. I am going to take the Mariners in this game. I'm also going to take the team total over. Mariners and team total over. And I'm curious what you guys have to say about all this. Game time temp, 54 Fahrenheit. Wind is blowing sideways across the diamond at 10 miles per hour. White Sox won the opener 10-4 yesterday. The win snapped a 7-game losing streak and marked the only the team's second win at home in 10 games. Abreu is hitting. He's the only guy hitting, but he's hitting. 7-game hitting streak, 400 with 3 homers, 6 RBIs during that streak. Mariners pitching has taken a turn for the worse. They've allowed 24 runs in the past 3 games, lost 2 straight, 5 of their last 7. Marco Gonzalez has had a tough start to the season. I've been somebody who's been supporting him and believing in him, and maybe I'm getting blinded by the fact that he went to Gonzaga, a school that I cheer for, out of Spokane, Washington. Maybe that's been a mistake. Now, Chris Volstad's coming in from the pen. First start of the season, made 4 appearances this season, 4.70 ERA, 1.57 whip, 7 Ks, 3 walks. I think he is very capable of getting hit. Mariners are hitting 257 with a 745 OPS. White Sox are only hitting 213 through 174 at-bats versus lefties, but they have a 709 OPS. And curious to see what you guys have to say. Jay Scum, my man Jay says, yeah, I was leaning for Seattle to bounce back today. Jive Man says, Chi-Town, what's up, bro? Chi-Town in the house. Jive Man, thank you for joining us. What do you think is going to happen in this Mariners-White Sox game? I'm going to take the Mariners and the team total over, and we're going to find out exactly what those numbers are in a second. Mr. Gokster is, I'm on the full game over. I like the team total over as well. Nice. Maxwell Smart, big on the Diamondbacks today, and a lot of people have said that is the right side to be on. We will get to that game very soon. Medicine H20 says another over. Austin Guy says, I like the over. Both have whips over 1.5 IC runs. Dom Ricci, my man Dom, great to have you. Thank you for joining us. Dom says, Nats under, Braves no score, first inning, Columbus Jacket, team total over, only loss. Oh, he's talking about last night. Says, this show has helped me with knowledge, not just plays. You guys rock. We love you. We love you, Dom. Elio Rodriguez says, Seattle is my play. Wolverines agreed on Seattle today. 3295 Josh says, looking for Mariners to bounce back today. Good godson John says Seattle. Travis Kendrick says Ohtani gets rocked. I think that might happen as well. Let's get to that game in a bit. My man Nicholas Newell says Seattle pounds them. All right, let's see what we get here. First off, Seattle, we're gonna be line shopping on SBR odds. Also, we're banging out BetMania today. BetMania has some great stuff. Got reduced juice. You can get the link at the bottom of our YouTube page. Reduced juice. Also, between 2 and 3 o'clock Eastern time, they have an NBA happy hour, and they take off a half point on all your sides, all your totals, which is nice. As we know, it's best to get. We need to line shop as much as possible, and it's a mistake that I've made in my capping. And my man Dave Huang says, Jimmy, what's up, buddy? Love the Red Sox today. We will get to that. We will get to that very well. Kobe Valentine says, lean Toronto. Hap does well versus Boston. And there's other stuff going on in the city of Toronto that's bringing the city together. And it's dangerous to fade teams and cities when everybody is together. King Rail says, tailing all Max and Justin Searcy's MLB plays today. Cash Action Bet says, bag. Billy Buttlicker says, Jimmy, really liked Liverpool to win today. Took the Asian handicap -1 and plus 125. I have not been following the Premier League close, so I really can't really help with that, Bill. But anybody in the chat likes that, listen to what Bill Buttlicker is saying. Okay, I'm on Mariners right now. Those are the totals, or 9.5. A lot of guys like the totals. Let me see what the Seattle... all right, I'm getting that's $5 plus 129 at bookmaker. Oh, plus 130 at. Oh, sorry, that's Minnesota. What the fuck am I talking about? Sorry, this is something usually Pete does, so it will slow us down. It will slow us down. Me doing this. Sorry, minus 135, 133, minus 135 at Bet Online. Minus 135 at Bet Online is the best I'm gonna get for Seattle. So I'm taking Seattle minus 135. And I'm going to grab the team total over after the show. I'm going to have to pull up Pinnacle. I'm going to get better at doing all this line shopping when, I get used to it. This is usually what Pete does. And I don't want to slow us down. So I am going to take the team total over for the Mariners today. I think Volstad gets touched. But I'm going to add that onto my action at a later moment so we can keep banging through these games. Let's take a quick look at what's going on our chat. Mali Mall has joined us. We need him desperately. Mr. Gokster says Lecce. WW Train says split ticket last night. Houston and split the under OKC. I will take it. And we're in business, man. We are in business. Tomor says Nationals need Murphy back, definitely. Robert Bertone says Cardinals Mets score in first inning. And the Rad Ray says, relax, Jimmy. You're doing great. We gotcha. Thank you. Okay. Next game up. Cubs. Indians. Big game. Tyler Chatwood, Josh Tomlin. Obviously, they haven't been back to the scene of the Game 7 World Series. Maybe the greatest Game 7 of a World Series. At least, I would say in my lifetime, and maybe ever. One of the best for sure. And they're back at the scene of the crime with the Indians' fifth starter, Josh Tomlin, who they're trying not to start. He hasn't started in, I believe, 14 days or so. Where is it? I started for 14 days against Tyler Chatwood, who got the $38 million contract, who has not looked good. We talked about Chatwood having issues. He couldn't pitch at home in Colorado. He's not being able to pitch at home in Chicago. So I'm not sure what we're going to get out of Chatwood. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of this game. I'm very interested to see what everybody has to say. Cash Action Bets over first 5, Cubs, Cleveland. Anthony L says Cubs and the under. Marcus Colon says Cubs kick ass. Wow. Jim Tobleson liking the Cubs a lot today. Molly Mal leaning Cubs. Not applicable. Fade Tomlin. Wow. Chris Kopech, I think the best values on the Cubs. Jive Man, I like over 8.5 in the Cubs. Grabica Max says, where's your accent from, Jimmy? Man, I don't know, man. From Vancouver. Spent some years in Toronto. I don't know, man. This is just my accent. Okay. Jay Scum leading Cubs on this one to stay hot. Jerry Dim says, great call on the Padres. Cash big. We've all been fucking cashing big off the Coors Field fade, and all the fucking haters saying that it's a fucking gimmick. Who cares if that gimmick is putting money in your pocket? Dave L.A., Jimmy, Indians team total under. JK says, yeah, bats are pretty cold for Indians, but they're heating up a bit. Game time temp, 52 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing sideways over left field. Sideways, though, at 11 miles per hour. After a slow start, Cubs have won 4-6. Game over 500. Indians have won 3 straight and 9 of 12. 4 of Cleveland's 5 starters have ERAs below 2.70. Clevenger 1.75, Kluber 1.96, Carrasco 2.31, Bauer 2.67, and then the fucking ugly sister in the family, Josh Tomlin, 8.00 ERA. Tomlin hasn't started a game for 14 days. Last start at home versus Tigers was much better than his first start. Overall, 9 innings, 8.00 ERA, 2.11 whip, 4 Ks, 4 walks, and he's allowed 4 home runs in 9 innings. Chatwood has not looked good. In his first 3 starts this season, 0-3, 4.60 ERA, 1.79 whip, 18 Ks, 14 walks. That's why he's got 1.79 whip. Cubs are hitting 258, 774 OPS, and that is going up. Indians are hitting 215, 646 OPS, and that is actually going up. Let's see what you guys have to say. Rosa, first time, says, Jimmy, I like the tribe here. Cubs off win letdown spot. Rosa is the first one coming in believing in this tribe. And I like it, Rosa. Thank you for adding that in. Let me back up a little bit. Max, my man, Maxwell Smart, man, love this guy, says, the issue is Cleveland is winning with defense and good pitching and timely hits. I worry about taking the Cubs. And that is a very salient point. Excellent point, Max. That is the same concern I have with taking the Cubs because the Indians are just getting it done. And when you saw their win-loss record, when they had no PS under 600 and a batting average under 190, and they were winning games, I just thought that goes to show you what a baseball team they are. And now they're starting to hit a bit. And they want revenge. They remember what happened in Game 7. Everybody does to the World Series. Obviously, it was a year and a half ago, but we all remember. Tobleson on Cubs first half, full game. Tomor says, Cubs are now minus 125 to win the division after being minus 300 to begin the season. I think they are slightly undervalued now. Oh, God. I think Tomor is just putting money in our pockets. I'm copying and pasting that note. I think that is an excellent call, Tomor, and I think I should make that bet later in the day. Wow. Tomor, I believe, just put money in our pockets. Elio Rodriguez says, I love gimmicks that work. Heads up. Sorry, falling a little bit behind the chat. Jive Man says, heads up, looks like 50% a chance of rain in Cleveland tonight. Don't know if that'll affect. Barkerman, Chatwood, 0-1, 3.21 ERA, 3 career games, 2 starts against the Indians. I don't know. I don't know how it's such a small sample size. Greg Schneider says, Coors Field fade looks great again today. No one has ever seen Eric Lauer. Yes, I am very excited about the Coors fade. Non-applicable says, fade Tomlin. I repeat, fade Tomlin. That might be the play. Just simplifying everything. But I agree with what Max said. It's pretty dangerous to fade the Indians. Chi-Town Beatdown says, Chatwood is a bum. Here's a guy from the city saying Chatwood is a bum. And Grabica Mech says, yo, Rosa. Maxwell Smart says, Cleveland win. Let's see what kind of line you get on Cleveland right now if you were taking the Indians. Oh, it's almost a pick 'em. You can get minus 108 at Bookmaker. Wow. Come down from minus 115. Flipper says, my man Flipper 13 says, I took the Indians first 5 and full game. Shit, I lost that. Marcus Colon says, Cleveland overrated. Oh, sorry. Flipper says, I took the Indians game over 5 and the first 5 innings. Interesting. Drunk Conversation has a 3-0 final score. Dom Ricci says, Cubs. Chatwood's been a victim to big innings and walks. Still better than Tomlin and Cleveland. Soft division. Cubs are better. Interesting. Carl Careforce says, how is Cleveland overrated? Amazing starting pitching wins bets. I agree. I think Cleveland is a very good baseball team moving forward. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to stay off this game at this point. Marcus Cologne says Cleveland haven't played nobody. I still think the Indians are a very dangerous team. And if you're going to get them at a pick'em, it almost doesn't matter that the fifth string starter that they're trying to hide is in. I would almost take that blindly, but I'm not going to do it here. And all right, so that's game 2. Let's keep rolling along. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today. And I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. And the main thing I want to do, though, is I know how much money our chat makes us. I also know that I feel like Tomor just gave us a gift there with the Cubs to win the division at -125. So regardless of what's going to happen, I'm going to keep my eye on the chat the best that I can. Okay, I may be making another big mistake here, like I did yesterday. I had the Twins yesterday at +185. And they lost 14-1. And Joseph Tucker was at the game, and it was a mistake. And I feel like I'm going to do that again. I believe in Jose Berrios, and I don't believe in Sabathia, especially after that hip injury that put him on the DL. I think that there's value with Berrios, and I'm going to make a move here. Chef Big Hat says, man, so far we kept 2 games in 20 minutes. Got to pick up the pace. We had to do the opening, Chef Big Hat. We had to do the opening, man. So it hasn't quite been 2 games in 20 minutes, but I feel you, Chef. We will move forward quickly. Native Queen posting a record. Overall post record, 43-20-2. Thanks to this chat. You guys are the best. Native Queen, thank you so much. Wow, we got people coming in on the Twins. That makes me feel better. Mr. Gokster, Twins, Moneyline, first 5. Sign me up. Anthony L, Twins, first 5. Jay Scum says, Twins is a better bet today because Berrios is pitching. And my man Max Smart says, Native Queen, I love you. Rosa says, no, Jimmy Berrios. Oh, Jimmy Berrios will get it done. Beautiful. Chris Kopech, I like Berrios today. Melee Payless Way, great capper, whom we love, says Minnesota. Molly Mall, whom we love, says, I like fading CC. Big Ragu says, Bagger holding her down. Nice job, Jimmy. I can't do it without you guys, man. You guys truly mean the world to me. Dennis Garcia, Jimmy, isn't this a letdown spot for Berrios after pitching in front of his country? Yankee Stadium? I mean, isn't that the fucking Mecca? So, no, I don't think this is a letdown spot. I think this is a great place to pitch afterwards. Okay. Jim Tolbeson leading Twins-Yanks over. Wow. Elio Rodriguez saying there is value in Minnesota. Native Queen says if Minnesota wins a game, it will be today. Game time temp 58 Fahrenheit. Wind will be blowing in. That's going to help both pitchers. Miguel Andahar playing out of his mind right now. What's up? We good? Oh, shit. Yeah, I hit that already. I'll hit it again. Miguel Andahar playing out of his mind right now. Started the season 3 for 28, hitting .316 after homering and getting at least 2 hits for the 6th time in 7 games. Over those 7 games, he's batting .517. He is playing very well. 10 extra base hits. He's 4 players in the last 20 years to get an extra base hit in 7 straight games, and Andahar is on that list. Stanton went 4 for 4 last night. Twins are on a 4-game losing streak. They're skid. They've been outscored 40-15, 10.43 ERA. Bullpen is struggling. So that's why people are saying first 5 might be the best play. Searcy says Berrios will get touched. Antonio Jones is on the Twins. Minnesota's bullpen has been struggling. Maybe the first 5 is a better play. During the last 4 games, they've allowed 23 earned runs and 13 in the 3rd innings for a 15.53 ERA. Molitor said before Monday's game, he is throwing better, and this is Berrios, than I've ever seen him. I believe in this guy. He's throwing better than I've ever seen him. 27 2/3, 2-1, 1.63 ERA, 0.58 whip, 29 Ks, 1 walk. Sabathia has looked good despite the short stint on the disabled list, but I think his hip is hurting. I'd be surprised if he gets through 5 innings. Marcos Colon says Yankees are hot right now. Searcy says I like Berrios, but at Yankee Stadium. After all this talk and breaking down how bad the bullpen's playing, I'm going to switch my Twins bet to a first 5. I'm going to lock this in right now. First half, Minnesota Twins, plus 110 at bookmaker. Can I not get better than that? That's the best I can get. Please check the next one. Line shopping at SBR odds. Plus 115 at Bet365. Wow, Bet365 doing it again and again and again. Okay, I'm on Minnesota Twins, first five. First five. Plus 115. Available at Bet365. All right, man. Let's do it. Alex Mabry says CC will fall apart. Ant-Man D says can't trust CC at all. Mark Lathrop, my man, thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Love to get your insights today. All right, I'm on Twins. First five, plus 115. Let's keep rolling. We got a lot of shit to get through today. Braves at Reds. Reds, man, got their fourth win of the season. Oh, Zolo Barrios 2-10 last 12 road starts. That's very interesting stat, and thank you for dropping that. And that does concern me. Big Ragu says Jimmy Twins are the right side. That is very concerning stat. But and Top Shelf Sniper, Yankees team total over 4.5. Yanks bats are fire. And simply put, if we just took the Yanks team total over every day, we'd be up big. So that's a very good spot. Billy Bloodbath says over in Twins Yanks, low hanging fruit, only 8. Possibly. I'm going to stick to the first 5 over. Let's move on to Braves at Reds. Game time temp, 58 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in 7 miles per hour. Reds got the better of the Braves last night, 10-4 for their 4th win of the season. Schebler, I talked about Schebler on yesterday's show, and he was the spark that this team's looking for. They're going to get some help off the DL soon. Maybe the Reds will give us a ton of value, but I'm loving Brandon McCarthy this year. Chi-Town Beatdown says Braves bounce back today. Kobe Valentine says, as of now, Eileen Reds for the win. Chris Kopech says, McCarthy's having a great year so far. I like them here. Reds, 4-18, had lost 13-14, 15-17. We're off to the worst start in franchise history. Braves, and one of the 8 worst starts since 1900. Braves have gotten off to a nice start to the season. They're about to get a spark with Joey Bats, Tyler Flowers, and Acuna Jr., will be joining the Braves in a matter of minutes. McCarthy being excellent. 3-0, 2.91 ERA, 1.29 whip. Through 21 2/3, 18 Ks, 8 walks. Molly has been inconsistent so far, but I do think he can pitch in this league. Overall, 5.14 ERA, 1.57 whip. Through 21 innings, 20 Ks, 7 walks. But he's allowed 5 home runs in 21 innings. That is not good. Dante Higgs, my man Dante, says Braves bounce back. Molly Mall says since he won the only win they will see now. Wow, interesting. Native Queen says, Jim, that looked to be a very good play because CC throws about 3 good and then melts down. Yeah, he always lets runs in the 4th or 5th inning. Native Queen backing my Twins first 5. That gives me a lot of hope. And I would not have taken... See, another thing about how good this chat is, I was coming in here to make the Twins my play. And then I saw Gogster taking first 5 and somebody right below it taking first 5. And I was listening. And God, I can't thank you guys enough. Cologne says, Reds suck. Worst team in baseball. On Gabe Paskey says, remember, Cincinnati won't win again for 5 games because they win every 5th game. Gogster says you can't trust the Cincy pen. Native Queen wants to thank us for the New York team total over and Oakland team total over yesterday. She parlayed it. Native Queen, we have so much to thank you for. Barkerman says Braves are 4-0 in their last 4 games after a loss. I did not come in here planning on making a play on the Braves. I just think because with the Reds playing so badly, it's hard to get value fading them. But let's see what we get right now. Cincy. Where the hell? Oh, sorry, right up top. Wow, so you get minus 117 at Bet Online. That looks like the best line. Oh, minus 115 at Pinnacle. Let's see what BetMania has to show for us in this game. BetMania. Here we go. BetMania also dropping a minus 117. And now BetMania gives you reduced juice. But, oh shit, was that on first half or full game? Sorry, did I screw that up? Minus 117, minus 115. Pinnacle is giving us the best line at minus 115. Mark Lathrop says, take the ground ball pitcher and the Braves. Molly going to give up some dingers. Not applicable says, Braves is the play next. Alex Mabry says, Brandon McCarthy due for a loss. I love the way he's been playing. Walter Trotter says, love you all. And man, Walter, we love you. Colby says 80% of bets on Atlanta. Line has moved from minus 130 to minus 115. Big bets coming in on Reds. You know what? I'm staying off this game at this point. I can see. I just don't think we're going to get value when we bet when we fade the Reds when they're 4-18. And the Braves have made us all money so far this year, and I do not know I'm not sure exactly how to handle this. I'm going to move on to the next game, but I hear what you guys are saying. Rays, Orioles, Faria versus Alex Cobb. Game time temp 56 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in at 13 miles per hour. Rays come into Baltimore with a 4-game winning streak after sweeping the Twins over the weekend. Impressive. This team has already won more games in their first 21 games than I expected them to win at 8-13. They are still just 2-6 on the road. They scored 26 runs in their 3-game sweep of the Twins, which was shocking. They got at least 8 runs in every game. Shocking. Orioles look terrible. They've lost 9-10. Injuries are a problem. Scope, oblique, Trumbo, a quad. Mancini injuring his knee. Beckham dealing with a groin injury. Rich Banks is joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, my man. Faria has looked good at home, eating up on his lone road start. Will that continue? Overall, he's throwing 17 innings, 5.82 ERA, 1.59 whip. Faria, 1-0, 4.09 ERA in 4 games against the Orioles. Cobb has been just destroyed in his first 2 starts. He should have taken a longer, extended spring training. Through just 7 innings, 15.43 ERA, 3.14 whip. He's allowed 3 home runs in 7 innings. Rays are hitting 251 all of a sudden with a 702 OPS. Orioles are hitting terribly, 215, 638 OPS. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. Mza, my man Mza says, how about the over in this one, Jimmy? Not applicable, says, hate this game. Rostradamus, my man Rostradamus says, Jimmy, good choice. Better games than those 2 crap teams. Marcus Cologne says, stay away from the Reds. Jimmy. My man Ibrahim from Norway. Man, we love you as well. It's got his basketball plays. I'm going to copy and post your basketball play. Actually, you know what, Ibrahim? Can you bring that up when we're doing the basketball? Let's see. So Dogtown says, minus 105. Listed pitchers must go. Dogtown's on the Rays. My man Coop Boy 407 says, love that hat, Jimmy. You know all our thoughts are with what's going on in Toronto right now. So thank you so much, Coop Boy 407. Not applicable says Tampa should know him inside out. I thought that a little bit as well, not applicable. And it's a great point. Thank you for bringing it up. But these are a lot of new players on this Rays team. And with Kiermaier also being hurt, all the studs that we count on in this Rays lineup are gone. So not a lot of talk on that game. Over alert from my man Maxwell Smart. Over in Baltimore, Tampa. That does seem like a play that's just sort of screaming at us. Let's see what we get on the over right now. Line shopping at SBR odds. The over. Let's see. Over in Baltimore, Tampa. They're hanging in 8.5. That is so low. And it's got to be because of the wind. Wow. I wonder what you guys have to say about that. Seriously says Rays win. What do you guys think of my man Max saying that the over? I mean, they're only hanging 8.5. Mally Mall saying, what happened to Pete today? Pete is sick. The legend Pete Loshak is sick. And so please send him love and energy. We need him back here. Heart and soul of this show. No, we haven't, Cody. And Drunk Conversation says Rays bats very alive right now. Nicholas Bloodbath on the Raves run line. Nicholas Newell also says over is the play. Maxwell Smart says over is the play. They're only hanging an 8.5, and that is because the wind is blowing in strong, 13 miles an hour. Oh, wow. Garcia, thank you for this. Scotty Rock, my man Scotty Rock forever representing the Bay Area, says White Sox have placed Garcia on the DL because of a hamstring injury. That's going to hurt the White Sox. Mza says go over that total easily. The question is, the question just comes down to everyone leaning over, Green leaning over. What do we do with this wind blowing in at 13 miles per hour? Will that over still hit easily? I do not know exactly what to do with this game. I have a lean towards the over. Why don't we come back to this in a bit? Because I don't know if I'm going to hammer that move right now. And Ibrahim says, where's the funniest man alive? The mustache stallion Pete. He's resting, and we'll be back soon. Elio just likes to raise team total over. I think Faria is a better pitcher than he's showing on the road. Alex Maubrey with Rays over. And Nostra T says fake wins. Thank you, Nostra T. I need you guys to help with the wins because I'm getting my stuff from dailybaseballdata.com, and the wins have been trash. They've not been giving me great stuff, so thank you, Nostra, for that. So, Nostra, could you let me know what the wins are and if you think the over is the play? Please. I think that's wind was blowing out last night. San Francisco, did it matter? I guess you're right. Did it matter? I guess the over is the play, but it's just a lean right now. I'm not going to make that play yet. Let's keep rolling. Tigers, Pirates, Zimmerman versus Cool. This is another game where the wind's blowing in over left center, supposedly at 13 miles per hour. Dom Ricci said a lot of these stadiums and wind reports aren't that good. That is something that we're definitely seeing. Are the winds going to pick? You're right. I guess maybe it's been a mistake me focusing on the wins as much as I have for these. Are the wins going to pick up? Yeah. I'm going to stay. I think that over might be low hanging. I think Max might be right, but I'm going to stay off it at this point. We got to keep rolling. Zimmerman, Cool. I think this is another tricky game. Obviously, you see Zimmerman and you want to take the over. They're hanging a low over just to entice us. But do we smash it? Let's see. They're hanging another 8.5 to plus money. 8.5 of plus money. You get plus 112 at Pinnacle. Wow. That's just... Man, Chi-Town Beatdown says Pirates all day. Game time temp, 53 Fahrenheit. Pirates have lost 6-7, just swept in a 4-game series, held to 5 runs. Their bats have fallen asleep. They've scored 2 runs or fewer in 8 of their past 10 games. Tigers just concluded a 5-3 homestand. First winning record for a stretch of 8 games or more, 8 or more home games since last June. Zimmerman throwing 16 in the third, 7.71 ERA, 1.59 whip. He has looked actually better than I expected him to. CRC took the Tigers at plus 160. Chi-Town Beatdown says Zimmerman gets rocked. 18 Ks, 4 walks. In his earlier start against the Pirates, Zimmerman gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, 6 innings, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. Did not look that bad. He's got good career numbers against Pittsburgh, but let's not even look at them because we remember that old Zimmerman, the guy who got this 100 million plus contract, is not the Zimmerman that we see out there. Cool has thrown 21 and 2/3, 4.57 ERA, 1.62 whip, 17 Ks, 7 walks. Tigers are hitting 249 with 712 OPS. Pirates hitting 248, 722 OPS. Drunk Conversation says fade Pitt. Nicholas Newell says Tigers can't score. They've been scoring better, but yeah, I feel you. Let's see, anybody else? Nostra, my man, says I'd start hitting totals when temps go up in the dog days. Air density is more important than wins, in my opinion. Excellent point, Nostra. Man, this chat is sharp. I'm going to stay off this game or maybe spend a little more time. Drunk Conversation says great value for Detroit. I do agree with that. Not Applicable says Zimmerman was a good fade late last year, or a good fade last year. He was, and I see him pitching a little bit better than he's pitching now. Elio Rodriguez says, I like that over. They're hanging an 8.5 on Tigers Pirates and an 8.5 on Rays Orioles. Maybe simplifying it and just taking the over on both is the simple play that we should do. We talked about whether or not we're focusing on these simple plays. And yesterday I didn't. And yesterday, the Oracle Native Queen did. We talked, are the Yankees team total and the A's team total overs? Should we just blindly take them? Should we simplify everything? Those of you who did, cashed. And I didn't. So, all right. My man Tony Skrilla heading to the Sportsbook right now. Milk them. Fucking leche, Tony Skrilla. Okay, let's keep riding. Let's keep riding. So, I guess the over is a lean there as well. I'm not going to make that play yet. I mean, the market's asking us to take the over, begging us to take the over, and that's always a little uncomforting. So let's keep rolling. Next game, Diamondbacks at Phillies. This is a spot Max, my man Maxwell Smart, loves the Diamondbacks. My man Trevor Holt backed him up, said this is the play, and that is the Diamondbacks. 15-6, they've won all 7 of their series so far, but Philly is playing excellent at home. 4-game home sweep of the Pirates, lost once in 10 games at Citizens Bank Park. 14-7 overall. Phillies are off to a strong start despite not getting a ton of production from their bats. I truly believe that that's a sign of a good baseball team, when you can win games without getting a ton of production from your bats. And that's what they're doing. They entered the series opener today with a .230 team batting average and a .697 OPS. Ranks 22nd and 20th in the majors as of yesterday. Robbie Ray not gotten off to a good start. 2-0 through 21 2/3, 4.98 ERA, 1.52 whip, 32 Ks though in 21 innings, 14 walks. Ray's 3.24 ERA over his last 3 starts because he gave up the 6 earned runs in that first start against the Rockies. 13.3 Ks in 9, tied for the best mark in baseball. Tuesday will mark Ray's 5th start against the Phillies. 4.56 ERA, 1.65 whip. He's had trouble. I don't know what Velasquez is. I really don't. He's pitching better this year. I had him in the baseball pool for part of the year till I ditched him last year. 3.80 ERA, 1.36 whip. Clearly, he's not just throwing fastballs. 25-year-old has a 2.41 ERA in his last 3 starts. Is he back to being that pitcher we remember from 2 years ago? Diamondbacks are hitting 225, 706. Phillies are hitting lefties hard. 229 average only, but 775 OPS through 131 at-bats. Let's see what you guys have to say. Brent Brooks says, Hoskins is a beast. Nostra says, so tough to back Ray, Rob Ray, in that bandbox. He gets hit hard and walks a ton. D-backs offense down this year. But I'm wrong 50% of the time, and we know that's not true, Nostra. You might be wrong maybe 40% of the time, or maybe 43 or 44% of the time. I'm watching your picks, and you're cashing huge this year. I believe you're up 25 units in the baseball season so far, which is the only stat I've seen ahead of my 17.8 units or whatever. Tomer says, Ray is a totally different pitcher on the road. Velasquez is pitching well, but he was But he was very consistent last year and depends on his fastball. Arizona hits power pitching. Oh, and the Baltimore-Tampa Bay game is postponed. I wish I didn't waste so much fucking time on it. Thank you, John Hempel. Elio says, Jimmy, better chance. Trends expecting it to change. We are riding it till it breaks. Drunk Conversation says, stay away, Philly unpredictable. I don't have a play on this game. Chris Kopech's also staying away. Mark Lathrop says, Rob Ray is broken. 5.82 walks per 9. Likely has an elbow issue. God, Mark, what a treat having you in our chat. Thank you so much for joining us. Gate Pass Key says, Pete was abducted by a group of hippie MILFs, forcing him to take their sports picks so they can focus on living free. That is a possibility. And it's a nice image. Elio says, Jimmy, Philly at home. Velasquez will win. Dom says, Phillies winning against mediocre teams. Not impressed. Dom Ricci is not impressed. You know, I'm going to stay off this game right now. I can understand both sides. Marcus Colon says, Phillies 1-6 against the Diamondbacks last 7 games. This is a different Philly squad, and they're playing very well at home. Both teams I fear fading, and I'm going to stay off. Next up, and we got to go fast because we don't have enough time, but we only have no NHL tonight, which is great, so we can just touch briefly on NHL and second-round action, but we got these 3 big games in the NBA. Cody AV is on the Diamondbacks, and Mally Miles says, Snakes won every series so far. Can they keep it up? That is the big question. Okay, Red Sox, Blue Jays. Now, there's other things going on in Toronto right now. I've been living there for the last few years. I've lived there 3 different times in my life for over 3 years each time. And, there was an attack on the people of Toronto. There's terms that people are throwing around that I'm not going to bother throwing around. But all we know is it was an attack on the people of Toronto, and that hurts, when your city gets attacked like that. And what happens is cities come together, and we use sports as an outlet because there's so much shit going on in our world. We use sports as an outlet, and you guys saw last night the Leafs beat the Bruins, and I'd be afraid to fade the Blue Jays today. Porcello is pitching excellently, and the Red Sox can't hit lefties so far this year. Now, the sample size is very small, 159 at-bats, but they're hitting 214 with a 592 OPS. Jays are hitting 234 with 735 OPS. I expect those numbers to go down. Porcello's been excellent this year. 4-0, 1.40 ERA, 0.82 whip through 25 and 2/3 with 23 Ks, 1 walk. I'm very impressed to see a veteran bounce back from a very disappointing year. J Happ, 3-1, 22 innings, 4.50 ERA, 1.27 whip, 31 Ks, 7 walks. I'm leaning towards the under here, but I need to hear what you guys have to say. Searcy says, I'm on Toronto. Underdog says, sorry to hear about that, Jimmy. Yeah, thank you, Underdog. And, our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Toronto. Jansen Bonzen says, Red Sox, easy win today. And Jansen Bonzen lives in Toronto. So, someone living in Toronto believing that the Red Sox will take them out today. Cash Action Bet says the Baltimore game hasn't been taken down yet. Tomor is agreeing with something Mark said. I don't want to miss anything. Oh, his walk rates have been consistently bad. Okay, talking about Rob Ray. Drunk Conversations on the Boston-Toronto over. Cash Action Bets is on Toronto. My man Mally Mall says Toronto got their win off that. Sad to say. Nostra T says go Leafs go. Exciting. All game 7s are great. Seriously betted yesterday plus 108. Jansen says I think the Jays are overmatched here against Boston. You know this team very, very well. Medicine H20 says Blue Jays play with the city in their hearts today. Absolutely, and that's why it's very scary to fade them. Big Rigoo says, Jimmy, so sad. I have a ton of family in Hamilton. I love Hamilton, too. I love Hamilton. Those cobblestone streets in the heart of that city. Hamilton is a gritty town. I love the Ticats, and we love Hamilton. Ken Peacock says, I'm from London, but my family lives in Toronto. I love that city. And Molly Mall, my man Molly Mall says, hope everybody's doing well up there. Mr. Ghoster from Belleville, just a couple hours from Toronto. He's on the Sox, so it seems like everybody who lives in the area isn't believing Toronto, and everybody outside the area is on Toronto. Molly Mall likes the under, too. Predictions guy says, I never bet the Blue Jays, but today I will. Chi-Town Beatdown says, I like the under. Joseph Tucker says, the under definitely sounds like a play. Was thinking that as well. Hap as a dog, worth a look in my opinion, says No T. Toronto under. Elio says Boston first 5. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take the under. I like it. I believe in it. They're hanging in 8.5. Let's see, minus 104 at Pinnacle. Looks like the best I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the under 8.5. Under 8.5 at minus 104. Available at Pinnacle. Elio loves Boston first and the full game. Jansen says it's hard to bet the under in the Rogers Center. My thought here, Kobe says I like Toronto and I'm from Toronto. Nice, Kobe. Nice, Kobe. And I know that I was told that Kobe had to witness what went on there, and I'm so sorry that you had to see that. Kobe, I'm so sorry you had to see that. And man, when the world is awful, I'm so thankful that we can come here and all be together on the Loshak in the Bag show, and all be together on this chat where we're all equals and we're all working to get in that 2% and get that fucking cash and work together. And God, it means the world to me to get to spend these days with you. It means so much. Mr. Gokster says, I think Hap might get touched. I don't. Is 159 at bats too small a sample size? Yes, the Red Sox are hitting well, but they have a 592 OPS versus lefties. Hap always steps up against these Red Sox. So Dylan Sema says, unders are boring. Take the over. I'm sticking on the under, and that's my play. Okay. A's, Rangers. We got to keep rolling because it's taking a long time to get through these games. A's, Rangers, Andrew Triggs versus Cole Hamels. I'm going to keep riding this A's train. Game time, temp, 82 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Triggs has not looked good. 17 innings, 5.82 ERA, 1.53 whip. Hamels hasn't looked good either. 4.76 ERA, 1.545 whip through 28 and a third. He's striking out too many batters. I don't like seeing Hamels do that. I'd like him to play within himself, not try to be perfect. 34 Ks and 28 and a third. Rangers have his 682 OPS and hitting 232. A's are hitting hard. 281 with a 767 OPS and through 274 at bats versus lefties. I'm going to stay on this A's train. They've been making me look good and feel good. Brett Brooks says fade Hamels. And I'm going to do that. And Mark Lathrop says Cole Hamels is a shell of himself. Let's see what I get with the A's on the road right now. Sorry, I got to go from totals to money line. Let's see what I get with these Oakland A's. Ooh, I like it. Minus 110 market. I'm going to take minus 110 at Pinnacle on the A's. A's minus 110 full game. All right, beautiful. Full game money line. Let's get that fucking cash, man. Ulysses is taking Boston and Oakland, but Hamels can upset your ticket. I feel that. Drunk conversations on the A train. Scotty Rock, my man, Scotty Rock, Oakland all day. Sean Robinson, A's are molesting the ball. I like it. Chi-Town Beatdown says, I think A's. Let's get this fucking cash. Okay, A's done. Book it. Next game. Now, do we fade Ohtani here? That's the big question. Do we fade Shohei Ohtani up against Charlie Morton? I'm not sure what to do on this spot. It's tough, and I don't have a play yet, and I think I might take more time with this. Elio says Oakland rolls. Dylan says A's, baby. Predictions guy says, Jimmy, can you please tell me how I can get touched? Wow, predictions guy, easy, man. Easy. Go to a whorehouse. Go to a whorehouse. Ohtani's coming back from his blister-riddled short start versus the Red Sox. First time he's been seriously touched in the majors. Now throwing 15 big league innings, 3.60 ERA, 0.80 whip, 19 Ks, 14 walks. Charlie Morton's been incredible throughout the early part of the season. 3-0, 0.72 ERA, 0.88 whip through 25 innings, 33 Ks, 6 walks. We know what the legend Pete Loshak thinks. Charlie Morton thinks he is on PEDs. That's what Loshak thinks, because Morton has turned into one of the best pitchers in the league, and it's hard to imagine how this has happened. Chi-Town Beatdown says, yes, Houston bounced back today. Molly Mall says, I think we do, Jimmy. I think the strong hitters will, Boston strong hitters will get to him ASAP. Joshua Turnage, nice to have you. First-time commenter that I've noticed says Ohtani could come back. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think that we can make money fading Ohtani. Not applicable on Houston. Greg Schneider, big Houston's run line. Don Ricci says the blister deal was bogus. Let's see. Maxwell Smart. Angels. Okay, no, Max, damn. Astros will be back after being shut out. Gate Passkey says the Swedish touch in Vancouver will take care of you. Yes, they will, but it's very, very expensive. Mr. Gokster leaning on the under. Maxwell Smart believing in Ohtani. Elio Rodriguez says take the Astros. Seriously says Astros need to pull it together, damn it. They need to pull it together because the A's are fucking climbing. The A's are fucking climbing. Don't look down now, Houston. And I got him at 50-1, man. Nostra got him at 70-1. Okay, predictions guy says, okay, I will go and tell them Jimmy sent me. Okay, let's see. Nostra says, all smoke and mirrors, Jimmy, except for Cole. Not a fan of the Astros. Let's go. We're going to catch that AL West. Fuck, that'd be nice, man. That would be fucking... I only put $100 on each of them, but quick $5,000 and then have $10,000 live on the AL. Elio says, not fading Ohtani. Morton, I'm not fading Ohtani. Morton is that much better. Okay. Blister will return today, says my man Jansen Bonzen. I'm staying off that game right now. We got to keep rolling. We got a few games left, and we got to hammer through them quick. Mets, Cardinals, Zach Wheeler versus Luke Weaver. Game time, 67. Wind blowing in. Zach Wheeler has looked good through 13 innings. 2.77 ERA, 1.0 whip, 9 Ks, 4 walks. Weaver looked excellent. I got him in the baseball pool. He looked excellent through 3 starts, then got touched at Wrigley Field. So now he's back home. I expect him to have a good start. I kind of leaning under, but I think I'm going to need a little more time with this game. Mets are hitting 238 with a 722 OPS. Cardinals hitting 247 with a 748 OPS. And Native Queen coming in with some first plays. LA Angels score first. Going to keep riding that train. 11-0. Repeat. That is 11-0. The LA Angels score first. 11-0. Making that play. I like it. And there is no NHL today. Yes. Thank you, Kobe. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. The issue is that I want to make sure that I get the chat going, because it's this chat that makes us money. Nostra, my man, says cards or nothing. Weaver got pumped by the best bats. Just a bump in the road. Cards should roll. Okay, so Nostra's a huge believer in these Cubs bats. And Tomor may have just given us a gift with that Cubs to win the division. Started at -300 at the beginning of the season. Now it's down to -125. I know personally that I hammered the Cubs to win the division very late in the year last year. And although it was kind of closer than I wanted it to be, that all paid out very nicely for me. And I waited to get the right number, and it worked out well. Elio Rodriguez says Mets -1 has huge value. Mr. Cloudkick says Cardinals all week. Kopech's on the Cardinals. Tony Skrilla says I like the Mets on the run line. Interesting. My man Robbie says, Native Queen, I've also been riding that when the Angels are on the road. Angels score first when they're on the road. Very interesting. My man Joe D, thank you for joining. Says Wheeler 0-2 with a 4.76 ERA and 2 career starts against St. Louis. Wow. You know what? Marcus Clone on the under. Wow. Adam Bond says, will you discuss NHL series odds picks? Yes, we will very quickly at the end of this show. Mets cards under interesting. You know what? I'm not going to make a play here, but I think I may make a play on the late show. I'm leaning towards the cards. Let's keep rolling. Brewers at Royals. Zach Davies versus Ian Kennedy. Game time, temp 72 Fahrenheit. Wind blowing in 8 miles per hour. Davies seems to start slow every year. I had him in the baseball pool last year. He started terribly slow. This is actually a better start than he had last year. Throwing 22 1/3, 4.84 ERA, still high. But that's because he's allowed 4 homers in his 22 1/3. But he's got a 1.30 whip, which is better, obviously, than his ERA. 20 Ks, 7 walks. Kennedy's got the season off to a nice start. Do we believe this is going to continue? I'm not certain that we do. 23 innings, 2.35 ERA, 1.30 whip as well. 22 Ks and 7 walks. Interesting. Cash Action Bets is on the Royals. My man Goose says, what up, Jim? Love listening to you talk real on Marketology. Thank you so much, Goose. I was honored to be on that show, and we love having you here. Let's see. Cash Action Bets is on the Marlins and the over. Brent Brooks is on the Brew Crew here. So we got Cash Action Bets on the Royals, Brent Brooks on the Brew Crew. And my fault, the 11-0 that the Angels have is on first inning, scoring first is on the road. They are 11-0 on the road, scoring first. Wow, maybe I just got to jump on that train immediately. My man Nosa Toda says, never lay chalk with that chump Davies. Risky proposition. Royals stink, but the Moose is hot. Yeah, that's very interesting. Tri-Town beatdown on the Royals. Wow. Roaster Thomas thinks it might be pink eye that Pete is suffering. Anytime anybody misses this show, it's believed that it must be an ass-eating incident, and that's happening again today. Molly Mall, big hitters for Brewers will hit Kennedy. Triple Beam says if Perez is back, Royals in play, 77 degrees in KC. 77 degrees and sunny. Interesting. I'm not going to make a play on that one yet, but I will add it on the Late Show. Now we get to the Coors Field Fade, making us so much money. Nostra, I don't know if you have the exact unit total that's made us. If you have it, could you please put it on the chat? Because it's making us fucking bank. And this is a fun spot. Eric Lauer, never been seen before, versus Kyle Freeland. Game time cold, 43 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in. Lauer makes his MLB debut, drafted in the 17th round out of high school in 2013, didn't sign. Went to Kent State, turned into a first-round pick, 25th overall in 2016. In 2017, high A and double A, he went 6-8, 3.30 ERA, 1.25 whip, 132 Ks and 122 and 2/3. I like it. Just quickly back to the last game. People are on Brewers. Robbie's on Brewers fade. Ian Kennedy. Joe D's on Brewers run line. And Not Applicable's worried that Pete found the wrong hole again. Who knows? With Pete, might be the right hole. You never know. Chi-Town Beatdown says Royals welcome Kane back with a win. Okay. Let's keep doing this. Freeland. Oh, sorry. So then in 3 AAA starts this year, Lauer looked good. 3.00 ERA, 0.94 whip, 19 Ks, 18 innings. Freeland's got off to a rough start. 0-3, 5.85 ERA, 1.55 whip. Padres are hitting 226, 690 OPS, but against that's against lefties. But against the Rockies, they're hitting much harder. Rockies aren't hitting righties at all, but they're hitting lefties hard. 261, 810 OPS. My man Jamal Muhammad Lamar Tuke Hernandez. Oh, Torque, sorry. My man Jamal Muhammad Lamar Torque Hernandez is on the Brew Crew. Thank you for joining us, Jamal. Man, new commenter. Great to have you. Okay. Absolutely says you should be up about 8 to 10 units. I believe it's at 9.2 or 9.4 or something, but I wouldn't mind knowing exactly what it is. Josh Turner's thinking Alex Cobb has to win today, save his job. Maxwell Smart says no Tota for president. I think so. All right, Coors Field Fade in business. Now, I'm going to go directly to Bet365 for the Coors Field Fade. As we know, they've been giving us much better reverse run lines than anybody else. Let's see. Baseball, Bet365, Coors Field Fade. Man, call it what you want to call it. I'm a fucking alcoholic. Call it a gimmick if you want to call it a gimmick. It's making us fucking money. And that's all we care about. Cash, rules, everything around me. Cream, get the money. Reverse run line, plus 225. Not as good as it's been because they're worried about Freeland getting touched too. Plus 225. Coors Field Fade in business. Marlins at Dodgers. Man, a couple guys that I cap with think Dylan Peters might be the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball. Scotty Rock's also on the over. Searcy's getting plus 195. And Searcy says Rockies at Coors will have a losing record. You know what? We'll start getting to use the Rockies in our Coors Field Fade. Schneider got plus 200. Cornelius Kidwell, new commenter, said, hey guys, I'm new here. I've learned a few things in MLB. Never say someone is due and follow hit streaks. Okay, Cornelius, thank you for joining us. We need more of your comments, my friend. Game time, 63 Fahrenheit, wind blowing in softly, barely 3 miles per hour in LA. Dylan Peters looked bad this year and looked awful on the road. 19 and a third, 6.98 ERA, 1.71 whip, 12 Ks, 11 walks. He's allowed 4 home runs in 19 and a third. I think that I should take the Dodgers team total over as well as the full game over because I don't believe in Maeda. Melee Payless weighs on Dodgers run line. King Rail says fade the Dodgers. Interesting. King Rail, could you give us a little more information about believing in Dylan Peters? Because I guess maybe part of it is because maybe King Rail knows Dodgers hit horrible in the second half against lefties last year. 2 years ago, they were the worst team in the league against lefties. They somehow had a good start last year at lefties, but then they fell apart late. They're hitting 220 with a 634 OPS through 241 at bats versus lefties. Wow, Valentine on the money line, a Miami money line as well. Oh, you don't point. Aratina Facting, whom we love here. Dodgers can't hit lefties. But Dylan Peters is terrible. Joe Hempel says, what exactly is the Coors Field fade? Could somebody else explain that on the chat? Because I've got to. Wow. Cash Action Bet says 7-2 Miami. I got to keep rolling. We are running a little behind. Dodgers lineup with Turner out is just inconsistent. Isn't consistent against lefties. You know what? I like the over here and the team total over, but you guys are making good points. And Bravada says, take a breath, Jimmy. LA Dodgers. Let's see, team total and total over. Totals. I think he's terrible. I think Dylan Peters is terrible. Let's see here quickly. LA Dodgers. It's a 7.5. And look, 5 dimes giving plus 100. I mean, we don't take 5 dimes lines because look at that. Pinnacle, 7.5 minus 100. Listen, I'm on that. I'm on over 7.5. Minus 100 available at Pinnacle. I'm also going to take the team total over at Pinnacle. And I'm going to get that after the show and email it in to Pete. And I'll mention that on Late Show. I'm on over 7.5 minus 100. And I'm on the Dodgers team total over. My man Zolo says Peters is allowing a 364 batting average on the road. King Rail says Dodgers can't hit lefties. And they look slow and out of sync. I hear you, King Rail. I just think, and I totally hear you. And I'm not saying you're wrong at all. Thaddeus Heald says, Jimmy, are you going to recap your picks? Absolutely, I will. We're almost done, baseball. And Twadi Latte said the worst pitcher he's ever seen. My man Twadi Latte said the worst pitcher he's ever seen. I'm on the over 7.5 minus 100. I like that a lot. And we're almost done, though. We have one game left. So now I'm wondering if I should take the Giants here and continue to fade Rourke. It didn't work for me last time. Game time 57 Fahrenheit. Rourke has looked pretty good this year. Better than he looked last year. Sort of like what he looked like 2 years ago. 0.92 whip, 3.24 ERA, 24 Ks, 9 walks. Block has thrown 26 in the third, 4.10 ERA, 1.59 whip. I don't think Block is a good pitcher, and I think that first start in Dodger Stadium was an anomaly. I don't expect to see it much again. Nationals are hitting 197 with a 586 OPS through 213 at bats versus lefties. That makes me want to take the Giants at home. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a little more time on this, but that is my lean. Anybody has here, Dylan Peters is trash, says my man Bravada. And Giants run line, says Bravada. Cash action on the Giants. Big Al Corleone likes the over in the Giants game. This is the only game where the wind is blowing out strongly at 14 miles per hour, if we can believe it. Block has command issues, says Big Al Corleone. Kobe Valentine saying a 3-2 Marlins win. I think I hit the over in that game. Marcus Cologne says Nationals win. Rourke 4-0 with a 1 ERA against the Giants. Thank you, Robert. That's a great stat. Molly Mall, Nats. Bizarro Rourke, but Block is batting practice. Interesting. Rourke 4-0 all-time versus San Fran. Interesting. Rourke owns the Giants, you guys are saying. And Kobe Valentine says Josh Towers is the worst pitcher I've ever seen. He was terrible. Terrible. Mr. Coaxer says, take a sip of that juice, Jim. Okay, that's baseball. I'm going to just do a very, very quick recap, and then we're going to go quickly to basketball. I'm on Mariners. Minus 135 and the team total over, whatever Pinnacle's offering me. Team total over, I didn't grab that. I'll grab that after the show. I'm off the Cubs Indians. I'm taking the Twins first 5 at plus 115. I'm backing Barrios. I'm not on the Braves Reds game. I think that's a danger spot. I have a lean towards the over Rays Orioles. I'm not making that an official play yet. I need more time to look at that game. I also have a lean with the Tigers Pirates, but I'm not making that an official play yet. and waiting. I'm leaving that Diamondbacks Phillies game alone. I think it's dangerous to fade both teams. I'm on the under 8.5 Red Sox at Jays at minus 104. I'm on the A's minus 110 full game money line against the Rangers. I'm staying on that A's train. They are winning baseball games. I'm off the Angels Astros, but may make a play on the late game. I've got a lean towards the Cardinals, but I'm not making that an official play. I'm off Brewers Royals at this point. I'm hitting the Coors Field fade at plus 225. And I'm on the over 7.5 at minus 100 Marlins Dodgers. And I'm at the team total over for the Dodgers, thinking Peters is going to get touched. And I'm off the Nationals Giants game at this point. All right, let's get to NBA. Here to offend says NBA nothing but filthy animals. Out of here. Oh shit, terrible, terrible stuff. You are banned. I don't know why I ever listened to you for a second. Okay. Johan, sorry it took so long to get through the baseball, my friend. Could you please show our basketball record? Because I'm still in action in NBA, but barely. Plus 8.2 units. That fucking goddamn Blazers for the series really hurt me. And obviously, I mean, my high point was only plus, I believe, 18.6 units. So it wasn't like hockey where we're dominating or so far baseball season where we're dominating. And I'm very scared. Ibrahim says, I'm going for Boston 4.5. Now, I tweeted out Boston this morning at -3 very early, around 5:45 or something in the morning, and grabbed it. Boston -4.5. I think Boston and Stevens got a good game plan for stopping the Bucks' momentum. Celtics are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 home games. I believe Celtics will start strong. I agree. I did agree, but I stopped. I shouldn't say I stopped. Bill Butler says, I love the Celtics tonight. What I've seen when we've been capping basketball, Scotty Rocks on first half Celtics. What I've seen when we've been capping basketball is that Dan Kelly may be the single sharpest basketball handicapper that I've met. And I was very, very concerned when I came in just before work, when I was looking at my phone, when I saw that Dan Kelly's on the Bucks first half money line and the full game money line. Tomore says, I'm on Milwaukee. I think the bench is the difference with Dellavedova and Brogdon back. I think Maker is a big upgrade over Henson too, since he can shoot. I think Maker is not a big upgrade, but he is an upgrade. Walter, my man, said, Jimmy, I had the Blazers challenge in Golden State. What a genius time. It was just stupid. And it was a last-minute addition. Stupid. Ulysses Hayes says, take Milwaukee to win. Tomor says, Bledsoe is winning the Rozier matchup. He won it last game, and he won it in Milwaukee. It's no surprise that Bledsoe plays better at home, and he's a little bitch on the road. That doesn't surprise me. Lou Chase Fox, nice to have you, says, Bucks team total over 100. Lowest of fruits. Very, very interesting. Ulysses Hayes, Bucks. Marcus Smart cleared to play tonight. Harry Jenkins Jr., thank you for coming in. That is a huge deal. That is an absolutely huge deal. I'm on the Bucks, and I was going to take the Bucks to win the series at this point. In the beginning of the series, they were -160. Now they're -120. After reading Dan Kelly stuff, I'm going to stay off that and just take the Bucks at -3 that I tweeted out this morning. The Bucks are looking for their first series win since 2000. They've never won a series after trailing 0-2. 0 for 17 in such situations. Celtics, on the other hand, they've never lost a series. They've led 2-0, winning all 35 times. John Henson's back injury seems to spark the Bucks. Prunty started playing Jabari Parker more, and he responded. Prunty's an idiot. Shouldn't be doing that the whole time. 16 points, 7 boards, 3 blocks for Parker. And Antetokounmpo is the best player on the floor. I've been saying it the whole time. I firmly believe that Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford are second, third, and fourth best players, and that makes up for it. Marcus Smart, upgraded to questionable in the morning, has been officially cleared to play. I think that's a huge deal. Bucks were 19-22 on the road during the regular season. Celtics are 27-14 and only 3 points. Torrance says, I think if you look at Milwaukee and Boston, the starting lineups are similar, but Milwaukee has Parker and Brogdon, Dellavedova off the bench. Boston only has Morris. You know, I hear that. Bucks -3. No, Celtics -3. Bucks are -3. Cash Action Bets is on the under. Torrance says, even if Smart plays, he'll likely have no rhythm or conditioning. That's not necessarily true. Rhythm, maybe, but not conditioning. Scotty Rock says, no way Smart doesn't play if he's cleared. Paco says Houston first half was brutal. Fucking bothered me. Jack Karn says Smart is a junkyard dog. He is. Nicholas Newell says, trust me, bag. Over is the play. SJ Shark Reese says, I thought you tweeted -4. No, I got there early. Oh, I got -3.5 at Bet365 with my cash play. But -3 was available at Pinnacle, and I got it. So no. And my man, GW Teacher says, yeah, he tweeted Celtics -3. Get that cash. And I'm very concerned, though, going against Dan Kelly. So that's my action. I'm on the Celtics. Let's keep moving. We got to go quick. Heat, Sixers. Heat have been in these games until the fourth quarter, and then they've fallen apart. Why is that? Seriously says, Smart isn't out there for offense. He's out there for defense. And Ibrahim says, I firmly believe Boston is a play. And Cash Action Bet says, it's a different venue when you go on the road. I agree. Heat, Sixers. Oh, Dylan Semis says, I kind of get the feeling Boston's just so well coached that they won't let the Bucks come close. Boston dominated both games at home. They barely won that first game at home. I must go, says Grabica. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Heat, Sixers. I don't know. I mean, Sixers covering double digits. That's a lot of points to cover. Miami's been outscored by Philadelphia by 42 points in the fourth quarters. They just can't hang with this team through 48 minutes. Even in that 113-103 winning game 2, they lost 28-27 in the fourth quarter. Josh Richards dealing with a shoulder sprain. They need him desperately to defend Ben Simmons. Without him, can they still get the job done defending this incredible point guard, Ben Simmons? I don't know if they can. Heat did a lot right in game 4. They defended the perimeter, held the Sixers to just 7 for 31 from 3. Whiteside outplayed Embiid, held Joel to just 2 for 11 shooting, and they still lost. Wade went for 25, and they still lost. I don't know how they can beat the Sixers team. Heat were 18-23 on the road. I don't know how they can beat this team. Let's see what you guys have to say. Robert Bala says, Phillies won the third quarter in every game in this series. I bet the third quarter won every time. They've also won the second half in every game. Miami's won the first half every game in this series. Interesting trends. Drunk Conversation says, Bucks, Boston, too low. Scotty Rock Forever says, Philly smashes Miami tonight. Puts them to sleep. Not applicable on the 76ers. Tomar says, I don't see Smart having good conditioning first game back since he missed nearly 6 weeks, and the playoffs are far more intense. I feel you, but this is a little different. Conditioning is so important in basketball, and it's not like this guy hasn't been riding the bike nonstop. This was a hand injury. So, but I hear you, Tomar. Let's see. Sixers will finish the series off by 10 points, says Ulysses. Richardson, about 60% to play. Rich Banks says 9.5 and 10 is a lot of points. It's just a little too much for me. Jamal says Richardson, 90% playing, he said. Okay. Melee Payless Way, first quarter, Philly, full game, over. Interesting. Paco says, good job running solo, Jim. 400 minds getting it done. I love it. Yeah, Paco, we work together here, my friend. Molly Mall says, don't be scared of the points. Drunk Conversation says, Heat fan here, Miami loses badly. Molly Mall says, we going head-to-head. Bucks, Celtics, loving 76ers and the Warriors. Sixers -10 says my man Ulysses. Seriously says Miami first quarter. 76ers going all the way to the finals, not applicable. Man, that was a lot of value for them to win the East. It was a mistake. I didn't take it. There's too much value. We were getting, like plus 455? Should have taken it. Mistake. Molly Mall says, Boston already covered that small number. Not again. Wow. Oh, wow. Gabriel Rodriguez says, Ben's going off for 42 points tonight. I don't think that. I care more about Ben's rebounds and assists. Miss J, thank you for joining us. We love Miss J. Says, Heat is done. They aren't deep enough. And Bucks game over. Interesting. Outright bet. Donald Trump, Indy around plus 250 for the series. Interesting. Honestly, I think that's too high. Should be around plus 170. Interesting. Ibrahim says Philly at home is a different beast. Atmosphere going to be absolutely insane. 76ers team total over 112.5. I'm buying it. Ulysses, don't trust Miami with that plus 10. Tomar says Miami's a tough team. They will fight even down 3-1. I'd lean under, but I'm not on the side. Richardson's injury is big though. Miami so limited offensively. Trump says I took Philly plus 550 to win the East. Great play, Donald. Great play. Wow. Okay. SJ Shark Ruiz, great capper, says Warriors 76ers pull away in the fourth, win by 15 or more. Drunk Conversation, Miami has covered first half in every game. And Justin seriously says Miami not going out like a punk though. I'm off this. I think the double digits is too many. I'm going to spend a little more time on the total. Finally, Spurs at Warriors. What were the major differences in game 4 of this series, and what hope do the Spurs have of staving off elimination. First off, Spurs fallen behind 19 points each of the first 3 games of the series, never trailed Sunday. Also, San Antonio went 15 for 28, 54% behind the arc. They'd been outscored 105-60 from behind the arc. They turned the tables and outscore the Warriors 45-21. Are they capable of outshooting the Warriors like that again? No. They just aren't. How often are the Warriors going to go 7 for 28 from 3? Rarely. Warriors out-rebounded the Spurs 61-34. They had 24 offensive rebounds. Can the Spurs score more than double the Warriors from the three-point line? No. I don't know. I think the Warriors might be low-hanging. Jace Gum says, Golden State over, easy money. Dylan Sema says, Golden State rolls. Scotty Rock says, tonight, Dubs win by 15. Not applicable says, first time I agreed with Donald Trump. Skrilla says, Spurs have no hope. Schneider says, Warriors lost that game to give Curry more time to rest. They win tonight. Not applicable on Golden State. Cash Action Bets giving you the score. Golden State Warriors 116, San Antonio 101. Bonzen says, G State. Golden State pulls the life support tonight against the Spurs. Golden State, now applicable says. Golden State rolls, says Bonzen. Tomor says, I'm on Golden State -6.5 first half. That might be a great play. Warriors don't want to be playing when New Orleans is sitting around. Warriors, young role players are much better at home too. Thompson should bounce back. Drunk Conversation says, Golden State walks this. Chi-Town says, this will not win. They will not win in Golden State. Melee Palace weighs on the over. Wow. 76er size is inflated. 10 points is a lot, says Marcus Colon. You know what? Anwar Acosta, he's been hitting with his play forever. Golden State, third quarter. Best team third quarter all season. Won all 4 third quarters this season versus the Spurs. Warriors, third quarter all day, says Scotty Rock. The over 6-0 in the Spurs' last 7 road games. Interesting. Okay, I'm leaning over, and maybe I should make the play now in case it moves. Let's see. Quickly, the totals in Golden State. Wow, 204.5. It's low. Wow. Okay. Golden State first half is an easy play. You know, both those plays I'm going to take more time and look at today. First half might be easy. Over might be easy. I want to watch the line moves. It's gone down already. Very interesting. Not applicable. Bet 1,000 on Golden State. I want my extra $10. Yeah, obviously I know he didn't make that bet. Golden State best play tonight, -11 and over 205, says my man King Rail. Interesting. Observer says, I'm taking Spurs money line. I hope that KD and Clay get hurt. Wow, come on. That's your only chance, I guess, is that they get hurt. Observer on the Spurs money line. Make the play now, Jimmy, that over. But, I mean, it's gone down. The market isn't with you guys at this point. So I'm going to wait. But you guys might be right. I just think I need a little more time to study this. So that's the NBA card. Right now, I'm only on the Celtics -3 that I got at about 5:45 this morning. But I'm very concerned with what Dan Kelly's saying. Wow. Okay. What team total over should I take on Golden State is what Luchase Fox is asking. Tomar says, I think the Spurs won't be able to match intensity they brought last game. It was likely Ginobili's last home game, and they went all in. All right. That's my action. I'm going to take a good look at the over and the first half Golden State. If I see that money climbing, I may make a play at some point during the day. Now, Schneider makes a good point. If the Warriors destroy the Spurs might only put up 85 points. Then is the over going to hit? Maybe not. That's a good point, Greg. All right. We have gone very long today. I know some people were hoping that we'd touch on some second round action with the NHL, and we really don't have much time right now. We'll do some quick look at the futures in the NHL market. Let's just look at to win the series right now. Sharks are +110. Golden Knights are favored. I'm going to need more time. A lot of people think that might be low hang. Jimmy said, Scotty Rock says, Jimmy, it did climb. Last night it was at 204. I have the Pinnacle opening line at 205. So I'm going to still need some more time there. Observer says, the only thing you should be looking at the Golden State game is team total over and take the over. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Randy Lockhart's on NHL Leafs +1.5 for tomorrow. We will go over more of that in the late show. We will go over more of these futures action on the late show. Jets are +120. I like the Predators to win that series. The Predators are an extremely deep team. The Penguins are favored against the Capitals. That's what I expected. I'm shocked that that the Penguins were the 5th highest rated team to win the East. And they still are. It's amazing. The Penguins are favored to beat the Caps on Bet365, but still, the Capitals are +310 while the Penguins are +325 to win the East. Wild. Lightning are +200. Wild. We will get into more NHL. I'm sorry that I went so long. Very difficult doing both of these things, and I miss the heart and soul of this show, Pete Loshak. If you guys are on Twitter, please send Pete our best. Also, Betmania is our sponsor. You can get through them with the link on the bottom of the show. They have reduced juice in baseball and football. They have happy hour from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock where you get a half point off both totals and sides. And we know how important that is. Truly, you guys, it's the chat that makes this show special. It really is. And I love you guys so much. I mean, so many of you I've never met, and you've become such close friends of mine. And it really means so much. There's so much hate and shit in the world. But here on the Low Bag Show with the chat, we are all one, and we are winning money. Positive units. Leche. Hey, los bookmakers. Get that fucking cash. And thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for joining us. Pete, get better. Check the Betmania link at the bottom of the page. And truly, you guys mean the world to Pete and I. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Much love. Get that cash. We out.